To start with, I congratulate them for doing a good job. However, I say it's a good job because it has been around for a long, long time. But something that is very bad, and the whole South, we are all unhappy, 3% is nothing. If it's about 10, 50%, fine. They should not treat the South as if we are begging them for something. It is the money from the South that is running the whole economy. They are at least 80%. So it's very unfair.
So what will you now recommend, bearing in mind that the Senate has recommended 3%, while the House of Representatives have also recommended 5%? At the moment, we are now waiting for them to reach an agreement on what percentage that should accrue to host communities, especially in the Niger Delta.
It should be at least 10%. For me alone, it should be 15%.
So we're also having issues of unemployment and other development of the Southern region generally. So far, in the last 6 years, what would be your take in the issue of development of the region, having gone across almost all states of the region?
There was a time that Buhari, our president, was sick and was taken to UK, and the vice president made pronunciation that all companies who are involved in oil drilling, they should move to where they are getting the oil. And since the president came back, that issue was swallowed. And it is wrong. They should move to where the oil is being drilled. We can't suffer pollution, disease, and Lagos and Abuja are enjoying employment of the oil companies.
Okay, so just recently, the NDDC has been in the news for the bad reasons, making some agitators in the region, including a former leader of MEND, Chief Tompolo, giving the federal government a 14 days ultimatum to set up a board of the NDDC. With this, other militant groups such as the Niger Delta Avengers have also declared that they are resuming hostilities. What do you make of all this tension coming up in the region?
That's why I have pleaded, or rather say it from the depth of my heart, that the APC government are very, very unfair to the South, where the oil is being drilled. The militants, it is we who ask them, to wait. Let them not do that right now, because it will not help the economy. So it's up to all those who surround the president to advise him. If that change is made now, it's better. If not, the boys are ready. Anybody who takes this boy for granted, they will regret it.
Also, just to add, sir, what is your take on the rearrest of the leader of IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, from one of these countries abroad into the country by the federal government?
The rearrest is not my problem. Anybody who have done anything that is against the progress of the country, the federal government have the right to try such person or arrest such person. But two things I have to say. Number one, they should give him fair hearing, so that the judgment should not be done in a way that everyone, including the Igbos, the Southwest people, we see it as an oppress. Then number two, we are talking of IPO, these boys,
IPOB.
the POP boys. What of the man who is organizing the killing in the southeast, southwest, south, the north, in the whole country? No place is safe now. What of that Fulani guy? He has become a god that nobody can touch. Very unfair. Very unfair. Buhari, we all thought that he being a retired military officer, he will be able to put this country, from the molestation of the Fulanis. People say his body language. I'm not saying body language. Buhari, if he's not involved, let him come and clear and declare that man, I can't remember his name now. Gumi should declare he wanted and let him be tried before the eye of the whole world. UK is ready for Buhari if he's not careful. The Johnny wanted to go there for treatment. Why did they cancel it overnight? And the eye of the whole world is on us. We who travel, we are ashamed in a country like Nigeria to be poor to a point that more than half of Nigerians cannot eat, and millions of Nigerians are in the camp. It's a shame. I am worried. I am badly disturbed as a man of God. Kaduna State. Something must be wrong with that man. Because if you are elected into power, you are to protect the life and the property of the people. But for him, he within his eyes, people are being killed every day. People are in camp every day. To me, it's a shame. It's a shame. The same thing with the president. The president, I don't know the problem he has. It's possible that those who are around him are those who are deceiving him. But all said and done, I think that our president should do something that can prove to us and to other nations that he is able to rule this country. If not, it's a shame. It's a big shame.
What would you say about the youth unemployment currently pervading all breadth of the country? Will you say this has contributed to the level of insecurity across the country?
It's certain. It is really certain. These are young people. Let we all consider when we were young. When we were young, personally myself, when I was in the school, before I left school, 3 oil companies were already negotiating me to be employed. So I have to make the choice. For millions of these youth not employed, they sit in their father's homes. That's why they take drugs. That's why they take guns. Because they have no hope. Buhari has never given hope to the young ones. And anybody who has no hope, the only thing he can do is to destroy himself, or whoever he sees, he kills. So to me, the government of APC, I'm ashamed of what they are doing, really ashamed.
Okay, going forward, do you have any solution that you can give to the federal government, to address some of these current challenges that we are facing?
Suggestions. Number one, the insecurity should be given attention. Any problem created by man has also power to correct it. Number two, let them make sure they create room for employment. I don't believe government really employ people. But government should create an environment that can enable people who have money to invest in the country. If not, with the present situation, I don't think that those who have money to invest in the country will be able to do that.
Yes, I think that is all. But let me take this one on this. Presently, as we speak now, the southern governors, 16 southern governors, after
17
meeting in Asaba, they are right in Lagos now meeting about the open grazing issue. A lot of persons have even said, why duplicating it? A lot of persons, even the president has come out with his own that concerning the open grazing issue. On your personal perspective, do you think it's a step in the right direction?
It is the best step. If the federal government really want to give this country hope, what those governors have recommended should be accepted. And not only accepted, should be improved upon. Those who are suggesting that the federal government should give them money to be wrong. If the federal government is going to give them money, let federal government give money to those who are selling spare parts. Let them give money to those who have schools. There is no section in this country that should be treated as kings, while other sections should be treated as slaves. It's purely unaccepted.